So we have all the data that we want. Looking at number is nice and everything, but we don't publish paper with tables of number. We publish paper with very nice graph. So the next step is, how do you do plotting? Plotting is simple. You just say plot variable. There's an issue with this. It will look much better on your screen. The basic function to do plotting with Sina is plot. For plot, you plug in a variable and it will immediately display that variable. Assuming that this variable is a vector, the x-axis of a default plot function is the indices of that vector, and the y-axis are the values within this variable. So you can see for average daily inflammation, on day 1 it starts increasing and it maxes out around day 20, and it's going down again toward the end of the trial. So this is the average daily inflammation across all the patients. Let's say I just want to look at across all the patients, what is the maximum daily inflammation? So what is the function to use here? I want to look at the maximum inflammation across all days, all patients for each day. So apply that. We are doing it across the day, so we are looking at the column instead of the rows, and we are doing the maximum value. And again, plot max day inflammation. That's what it looks like. So be careful when you start working with R. When you display the second graph, the first graph of RStudio, it doesn't go away. You can see these 2 arrows. It will allow you to scroll through a spacing. So be very mindful as you are working and you start to generate a lot of plots and you don't remember which one is which, and it starts taking up the resources of your computer. So be wary of that. If you are done with some plots, you can go ahead and remove that plot. So let's say I want to remove this plot and it goes away. And let's show that again. If I want to look at the minimum daily inflammation across all patients, again apply that to mean. Oh, spelling.
Is there a way to look at more than one plot in RStudio?
Yes. Let's see, let me remember. The short answer is yes. The long answer is the syntax are complex enough that I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
But it should be very straightforward to Google. Basically, what it does is before you run each plot, you run a different function that basically set up the canvas for this plot. And you can say that I want to divide the canvas into 4 square, 6 square, and so on. There's an option for you to do that. And after you divide the canvas, then each plot will appear on one of the sections that you divide. You can also specify a lot of things. Go ahead and create a plot that's showing the standard deviations, everyday standard deviation across all patients. The standard deviation of inflammation across all patients. So SD day inflammation. Apply that to SD and SD yes. Okay, so this is the phrasing of the statistics. So what we want to do is we want to look at the per day standard deviation of inflammation across all patients. So when you want to look at the per day, that means you would be aggregating all patients for every single day. And because of our data set, the patient is the row and the days is the column. You are applying, let me bring that up. Oops. Assuming that I have the table up here, the days are the column and the patients are the row. Within R, the first index is always the row and the second index is always the column. So the apply function is applying the standard deviation function call across all the information of all patients per day. So it is applied the function in a column fashion. So we need to specify, we need to tell apply that you are going to apply the SD function for the column and not for the row. If I switch that to 1, then it would be the standard deviation per patient across all patients. This is standard deviation across per day for all patients. And it's a good time to take a coffee break. Go ahead, I'm not kidding. Our coffee break is at 10:30, but we are now at 10:17, and I'm not going through the next session in 15 minutes. So, yep, take a coffee break, bio break, and we'll come back here at 10:30. And in the meantime, I'll try to fix